So Canada's 5 major grocery chains now say they have come up with the first part of a plan to stabilize food prices.
Grocers need to compete to meet the expectation of Canadians across the country. And that's really what you're going to see. I think what we've been able is to provide a catalyst to have a more competitive environment.
So that's Industry Minister François-Philippe Champagne saying that the grocery chains have committed to, quote, a number of actions to combat food inflation, including discounts, price freezes, and price matching campaigns. With us this morning is Mike van Massow. He's professor of food and economics at the University of Guelph. Welcome.
Good morning.
Listen, grocery bills on a lot of people's minds. We're heading into a big sort of food weekend. I feel like a lot of people are going to be modifying their plans because things are expensive. The government gave the grocers, which are Loblaws, Metro, Empire, Walmart, and Costco, this Thanksgiving deadline to come up with this plan, or they were going to face penalties like additional taxes. So they announced their commitments. What's your initial impression with their plan so far?
Well, to me, this looks like business as usual, right? Unless we have something to compare it to, it's really difficult to say. They're saying discounts and price matching and all sorts of things like that. Those are things that we see the grocers doing already. So unless we see deeper discounts, really in the announcement, there's nothing on which products, there's nothing on how much. So to me, to a significant degree, it's business as usual.
Yeah. And it backfired a little bit, right? Because people who are struggling with groceries saying, hey, you guys not be aware, we're already price matching because things are expensive. The federal minister says that these new commitments are just the first step for the grocery chain. So what other actions could they be taking?
Well, that remains a bit of a mystery, and you know, we heard the minister say yesterday, oh well, I looked at flyers this morning and things are already working. Well, flyers come out every week, and I you know, at our house we look at the flyers, and to me looks very similar to what it's already done. So it's not clear to me what the next steps in the sort of plan are. The minister talked about them behaving more competitively because they've had to come in and talk to the government. So I'm not optimistic that we're going to see a whole lot of other actions from the grocers. That said, you know, if we look at what's actually happened from an inflation perspective, food prices have gone down 2 of the last 3 months. We see that the most recent rates of inflation, not the annual rates, but monthly for the last couple of months, the food inflation has been lower than the rate of general inflation. So we may be seeing things happen positively anyway, regardless of what the government and the grocers do.
Right, and they may get some of the credit for that. Let's give people a closer look at those numbers. Grocery prices were up about 7% year over year. But that's down slightly from July when they were at 8.5%. But that's still above the overall inflation mark of 4% in this country. So how much control over food inflation do the grocery chains actually have?
Well, the grocers have very little. That, you know, we're unfortunately experiencing this sort of perfect storm of impacts of food inflation. The war in Ukraine, extreme weather events, a low Canadian dollar, gas prices going up, and so. All of those factors are affecting food price inflation, and to a significant degree, those are beyond the control of the grocers and, frankly, the government.
You know, they also talked about doing a grocery task force, and I really hope they have some people who actually clip coupons and check the flyers like the rest of us do on that task force. Mike, thanks so much.
Well, thank you for having me. Have a great day.
You too.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.